Hold up. Did Taylor Swift just crash the WNBA and completely change everything for Caitlin Clark? Because what happened this week has the entire internet losing their minds. And if you're not paying attention, you're about to miss the biggest crossover in sports and entertainment history. The Swifties have officially entered the chat, and Angel Reese might have just made the biggest mistake of her career. But before we dive into this absolute chaos, if you're Team Caitlin, Team Taylor, or just here for the drama, hit that like button right now because what I'm about to tell you is gonna blow your mind. Picture this. Monday night, August 12th, 2025. Caitlin Clark is probably at home, maybe scrolling through her phone after practice, when suddenly the New Heights podcast drops the announcement that every Swiftie on planet Earth has been waiting for. Taylor Swift, the actual Taylor Swift, is finally appearing on Travis Kelce's podcast. And not just appearing, she's dropping a brand new album called The Life of a Showgirl. What does Caitlin Clark do? She loses it. Completely loses it. She posts 5 exclamation points and LFGGGG in all caps on Instagram. The 23-year-old WNBA superstar turns into a full teenage fangirl in 0.2 seconds, and honestly, who could blame her? But here's where things get absolutely insane. This isn't just some random celebrity being excited about another celebrity. This is a calculated alliance that's been building for months. And it all started with one savage move by Angel Reese that completely backfired. Let me take you back to October 2024. Angel Reese, in what can only be described as the most desperate attempt for relevance, decides to bring Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend Kayla Nicole onto her podcast. Now, on the surface, this might seem like just another interview, but anyone with half a brain could see what was really happening. Reese was trying to stir up drama, get some views, maybe throw some shade at the Swift and Kelce relationship. She's sitting there asking Kayla about her past with Travis, practically begging for some tea to spill. The tone, the questions, everything about it screamed desperation. And Kayla? She took the bait. She starts talking about how she can't even acknowledge Travis in public anymore because of his, quote, new situation, unquote.
As a Kansas City Chiefs fan, how long will Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift last?
They're gonna get married. You heard it here first.
She complains about getting hate from Swifties online. She's basically playing the victim card hard, and Angel Reese is eating it up, saying things like, "I liked you guys together," with that tone that everyone knows means the exact opposite. But here's what Angel Reese didn't count on. The Swifties don't play. Within hours of that podcast dropping, they found an old tweet from Caitlin Clark from September 2023. What did it say? Taylor Swift, welcome to the good side, with the Chiefs Kingdom hashtag boom. Just like that, the Swifties had chosen their WNBA champion. And it wasn't Angel Reese. The internet absolutely exploded. One Swiftie posted Angel Reese interviewing Travis Kelce's ex, being the way Swifties find out Caitlin Clark is the biggest Taylor Swift stan in the WNBA is actually wild.
Be in love with someone.
Oh, I'm off.
Another wrote, Kayla Nicole, thinking she's on Taylor Swift's level, is as delusional as Angel Reese thinking she's on Caitlin Clark's level. The roasts were coming in hot, and they weren't stopping. But wait, it gets even better. Or worse, if you're Angel Reese. Fast forward to January 18th, 2025. AFC divisional playoff game, Chiefs versus Texans. And who's sitting in Taylor Swift's private suite at Arrowhead Stadium? That's right, Caitlin effing Clark. Not just sitting there, but actually hanging out with Taylor, whispering, laughing, celebrating Travis Kelce touchdowns together. The photos from that night went absolutely viral. Taylor Swift, the biggest pop star on the planet, and Caitlin Clark, the biggest star in women's basketball, just chilling like best friends. And you want to know what they were talking about? Caitlin spilled the tea on the A Touch More podcast. She was explaining football rules to Taylor. In the most wholesome way possible, Caitlin said, "She doesn't know a lot about football, so I was just telling her why they threw a flag." How adorable is that? The WNBA's newest superstar teaching the world's biggest pop star about football. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is somewhere watching this friendship bloom and probably regretting every decision that led to that Kayla Nicole interview. But let's talk about how deep this friendship actually goes. This wasn't just a one-time meeting. Taylor Swift personally invited Caitlin to that game after they met at the Eras Tour in Indianapolis. And not just invited, she gave Caitlin 4 bags of Eras Tour merchandise and wrote her a personal note. The note said that Taylor and Travis were excited to see Caitlyn play in person once the tour ended. She signed it from Trav and I. Like, they're on a nickname basis already. When Caitlyn went to the Eras Tour shows in Indianapolis, it was absolute mayhem. Fans were throwing so many friendship bracelets at her that she said it literally cut off her blood circulation when she put them all on. She brought her mom to one of the shows, and her mom became a full Swiftie. Caitlyn went to 3 Eras Tour shows total, 2 in Indianapolis, 1 in Minnesota. This girl is dedicated. And the respect is mutual. When Time magazine named Caitlyn Athlete of the Year for 2024, they revealed that Taylor had been watching Caitlyn from afar and found her inspiring. Taylor Swift finds Caitlyn Clark inspiring. Let that sink in for a moment. Now let's contrast this with what Angel Reese has been doing. While Caitlyn is building genuine friendships with the most influential people in entertainment, Angel is out here using people for podcast views. The backlash from the Kayla Nicole interview was so bad that Kayla's own mother called her upset about it. Kayla later went on another podcast and basically admitted she regretted the whole thing. She said her mom told her, maybe next time we don't answer those questions. Ouch. Even worse for Angel, respected sports media personalities started calling her out. One major outlet literally published an article titled, Angel Reese using Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend and embarrassing her for podcast views is a new low. They called her desperate, petty, obnoxious, and a clout chaser. When mainstream media is calling you out like that, you know you messed up. But here's where it gets really interesting. The stats don't lie. When that podcast drama went down, Caitlyn Clark gained hundreds of thousands of new followers. Not just any followers, Swifties. The most loyal, dedicated fan base on the internet. These are people who will literally buy out entire stadiums, crash ticketing websites, and trend hashtags worldwide at the drop of a hat. And now they're Team Caitlyn. Nancy Lieberman, a Hall of Fame guard, straight up said Caitlyn Clark is the Taylor Swift of women's basketball, and her fans are like Swifties, incredibly loyal. Christine Brennan compared Caitlyn to both Taylor Swift and Tiger Woods in terms of cultural impact. That's not just hype, that's recognition from basketball legends. Let me paint you a picture of just how powerful this alliance has become. May 27th, 2025. Caitlyn shows up to a Fever travel day wearing an Eras Tour t-shirt. She walks up to the team plane and says, "Repping T Swift, baby, best shirt in the world." The video goes mega viral. Swifties are commenting things like, "My entire personality in one pic," and she knows the Tay Voodoo will kick in and she'll be fully healthy in no time. The crossover is so complete that when Caitlyn got injured and had to sit out games, Swifties were sending her healing vibes and get well messages. When she posts anything Swift related, it gets millions of interactions. Her merchandise sales have skyrocketed. The Fever's social media following has exploded. Games she plays in versus games she doesn't, the ratings difference is astronomical. And let's talk about Travis Kelce for a second. This man went on his podcast and gushed about meeting Caitlyn. He said she's awesome, a true Midwesterner to the heart, and that it was cool catching up with her. When Caitlyn appeared on New Heights earlier in the year, she turned Travis's mom into a Swiftie. The entire Kelce family loves her. Meanwhile, what's happening with Angel Reese? Her podcast barely gets views unless she's creating controversy. Her team, the Chicago Sky, missed the playoffs. Her rivalry with Caitlyn, it's not even a rivalry anymore. The Fever destroyed the Sky every single time they played. And now she's lost the culture war too. She tried to play chess and ended up playing herself. The funniest part? Angel thought she was being clever. She thought bringing on Travis's ex would somehow make her relevant in this conversation. Instead, she united two of the most powerful fan bases in America against her. Caitlyn Clark fans and Taylor Swift fans are now the same people. That's millions and millions of people who are ride or die for Caitlyn. And it's not just about social media. This has real-world implications. The WNBA All-Star voting? Swifties voted. When Caitlyn was snubbed for certain awards or recognition, Swifties raised hell. They're at games, buying jerseys, watching every highlight. The Caitlyn Clark effect was already real, but add the Swift effect on top of that, it's game over for everyone else. Let's also address the elephant in the room, race. Some people want to make this about race, but it's not. It's about authenticity versus desperation. Caitlyn's friendship with Taylor is genuine. They have mutual respect, shared interests, similar values. Angel's interview with Kayla was transparently about stirring drama and getting clicks. One is building real relationships, the other is using people. That's the difference. The timeline is actually incredible when you look at it. September 2023, Caitlyn welcomes Taylor to Chiefs Kingdom. October 2024, Angel has Kayla on her podcast trying to create drama. November 2024, Caitlyn meets Taylor at the Eras Tour. December 2024, Taylor writes Caitlyn a personal note. January 2025, they're hanging out at NFL playoff games. May 2025, Caitlyn's wearing Swift merch everywhere. August 2025, Caitlyn's losing her mind over Taylor's podcast appearance. This is a friendship that's been building naturally over almost 2 years. Compare that to Angel's one desperate podcast grab that immediately backfired. It's not even close. And here's something nobody's talking about: the business side of this. Caitlin Clark's Nike deal, $28 million over 8 years. That was already massive. But now with the Swift connection, her marketability has gone through the roof. Every brand wants a piece of this. State Farm, Gatorade, Wilson, they're all doubling down on Caitlyn. Her signature shoe with Nike, it's going to sell out in seconds when it drops. Angel Reese, she's doing podcasts with Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend for views. The contrast couldn't be more stark. But the real winner here is women's basketball. The WNBA needed mainstream attention, and Caitlin Clark just delivered it on a silver platter with a Taylor Swift bow on top. Games are selling out, ratings are through the roof, merchandise is flying off shelves. The sport has never been more popular, and it's largely because Caitlyn had the authenticity and talent to attract genuine support from the most influential people in entertainment. You know what's really telling? When that Angel Reese podcast drama happened, Caitlyn didn't say a word. She didn't need to. She just kept being herself, kept working hard, kept building real relationships. She let her game do the talking on the court, and her character do the talking off it. That's the difference between a real superstar and someone trying to manufacture relevance. The Swift and Clark friendship is also breaking down barriers between different entertainment worlds. Sports fans are becoming Swifties. Swifties are becoming basketball fans. It's creating this beautiful cultural moment where these traditionally separate worlds are colliding in the best way possible. And can we talk about how perfect their friendship actually is? Both are Midwest girls who made it huge. Both dealt with insane pressure and scrutiny from a young age. Both have been criticized for being too successful, too popular, too everything. They get each other in a way that probably few people can. When Caitlyn explained football to Taylor at that Chiefs game, it wasn't condescending or weird. It was just one friend helping another friend understand something they love. That's what real friendship looks like. Not whatever that Angel Reese and Kayla Nicole situation was supposed to be. The impact on young girls watching all this unfold is huge too. They're seeing that you can be competitive and supportive, successful and humble, famous and genuine. The Caitlyn and Taylor friendship is showing them that women supporting women isn't just a hashtag, it's a real thing that can change the world. Going forward, this alliance is only going to get stronger. Taylor's new album, The Life of a Showgirl? You better believe Caitlyn's going to be at every concert she can make. Caitlyn's games? Don't be surprised if Taylor shows up courtside in Indiana. This friendship is just getting started. And Angel Reese? She's going to have to live with the fact that she united Swifties and Caitlin Clark fans forever. In trying to create drama, she created a dynasty. In trying to tear down, she built up. It's almost poetic how badly this backfired on her. The lesson here is clear. Authenticity wins. Real recognize real. You can't fake genuine connections, and you can't manufacture the kind of organic support that Caitlyn has earned. She didn't need to bring anyone's ex onto a podcast. She didn't need to create drama. She just needed to be herself, and the rest fell into place. As we wrap this up, remember this moment, August 20, 2025. The month Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark's friendship became the most powerful alliance in sports and entertainment. The month Angel Reese learned that when you come for the queen, you best not miss. And she missed by a mile. If you made it this far, you're a real one. Subscribe right now because this story is far from over. The Caitlin Clark and Taylor Swift era is just beginning, and you don't want to miss what happens next. Comment below if you're Team Caitlin and Taylor, and let Angel Reese know that the Swifties have officially chosen their WNBA queen. Peace out.